Hi students, today's session is regarding teaching in cultural diversity. Well, as a teacher, you are going to have a heterogeneous classroom where your students are coming from different diversity like different religion, culture, lingo, etc, 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 and you are going to deal with it. So you really need to know that how to deal with this cultural diversity in classroom, and I'm going to give you some points regarding that. We will discuss them. Okay, so before I go ahead, let's just get into one interesting activity, and you're going to enjoy a lot. Okay, so just concentrate on activity. Okay, so you are an entrepreneur, you are a businessman, an entrepreneur, and now government gave you a beautiful opportunity that you have to hire engineer to set up life on moon. Now it's a very big deal, okay, because it's a very challenging job that you're going to create a history, and you need to choose a right person who is having engineering expertise, having strong determination, the proper correct person for this job, this particular project you are of yours, like you are going to create a history to set life on moon. Okay, so be careful. Now on first slide, first question, you are having 7 names. You just know the name of the people, as you can see in the slide, and you have to choose one person among this for your project. Okay, you can write in comment section that from first question whom did you choose. Okay, you can choose whomsoever you want. You can choose Rocky, Sharad, Susan, David, Erika, Sunita, and Ramanuj. Whomsoever you want to choose, you can choose one person from this. Choose. Okay, fine. Now in second question, now you have little more information regarding these people. In previous slide you didn't have any information regarding these people, and now you are having the photograph of the people. Now even you can change whatsoever you have chosen. Okay, because now you can see you have photograph and you can choose better way. So you can see that Rocky is having kind of professional looking image. The Sharad is looking like a cool playboy kind of guy, and Susan is looking very professional. David is looking good, but he's kind of differently able. Erika is looking rough and tough kind of woman. Sunita is looking so professional, and Ramanuj is looking like a bodybuilder. Now you can choose whomsoever you want to choose for project. Who is fittest and most fit person for your project? Write in the comment section. Now third one, now you are having even more detailed information regarding the people. As you can see that Rocky, along with his photograph, you are having idea regarding he is physically fit but wears glasses. Sharad, he is physically and mentally fit. Susan, physically fit and mentally fit. David is physically disabled but mentally he is very fit. Okay, Erika is physically and mentally fit. Sunita is pregnant lady, physically and mentally fit. Ramanuj is physically fit but suffers from anxiety. Okay. Now even you can choose again. You can change your choose person because now you're having more information regarding that, because it's a big project. Okay, you cannot make any mistake. Okay. Now this is the final slide. Now you are having professional details regarding the people. Now what you will do with the ex-army officer, whatsoever he's looking so like engineer, but he's ex-army officer, he's having no idea regarding engineering. Even Sharad, he's a businessman. Obviously you're not going to compete with him. You want an engineer to hire for set life on moon, so nothing to do with him also. Then Susan is a five woman. Since she is looking so professional, but she is not having any engineering expertise, so you cannot choose her also. Well, all the remaining four are kind of good to go looking kind of people who are having some expertise regarding engineering. So among these four, again, it's your choice and your wish whom you want to choose. Some maybe some people may kind of have idea regarding that physically fit person can only do that kind of stuff, and some people are breaking this ice and saying no, differently able people even can do better also. So whatsoever you choose, you can write in comment section. We will discuss that. Okay, now my question is, what choice did you make? आपने कौन सी choice करी है? Obviously you are going to write that on comment section. And second question is, would you have made different decision if you had the qualification information first? Obviously you have made proper decision if you already knew regarding the qualification of the person firstly, because after getting know regarding qualification, you can choose it, and who can set life on moon, right? Now third one is, what is wrong with judging people with such a little information? Now this is very big question arises. It was very simple thing that you are actually at last you got proper information regarding people, right? But what if you are choosing people and you already, suppose think आपने पहले स्लाइड में जिसको चूज किया उसको ही भेज दिया मून पे, is it going to be get any kind of benefit from that? No, because इस तरह से बेसिकली आपने प्री जजिंग किया कैसे? what could be the consequences of prejudging people, ये तो हमें पता है, बट आपने which कौन से influence में आके आपने prejudging किया? Obviously firstly you judged because of because of the name, that आपको decent नाम पसंद आ गया. If you have seen certain kind of movie that where Rocky kind of name are not supposed to be uh, kind of scientific name नहीं लग रहा है, तो you haven't chosen Rocky. You like the Ramanuj or Sunita name, that yes they are, you have seen the already some scientists are on that particular name, so you chose that person. So basically your decisions was influenced by stereotypes. The big word is coming here, stereotype, that you have already mindset regarding certain kind of appearance, name, whatsoever, religion, culture, whatsoever you are experiencing, you already have a mindset, and on that previous mindset you are judging people, you are giving prejudices. Maybe these prejudices are affecting in very different way, that you are doing injustice with the person who is deserving. So this kind of mindset, prejudging, stereo, already having idea and stereotype regarding the people in mind is very bad if you are a teacher, because if you are having this kind of thinking in your mind, that you are going to give a heterogeneous classroom, you are going to have a heterogeneous classroom, and this heterogeneous classroom having so much different kind of people coming from different background, and just, for example, suppose for particular culture you are having stereotypes and you are going to prejudge them and going to give prejudices, what consequences will come? That particular group will not able to learn your subject as he supposed or he or she supposed to do, right? So it is gonna affect very badly. It is very bad example as a teacher. You are going to set very bad example of as a teacher when you are prejudging the people. So firstly come with a blank mind that regarding people whatsoever in your classroom. Okay, you cannot judge them before knowing them. So basically I am having possible principles and practices for a teaching diversity. I will explain them very random. I mean very orally explain करूँगी. ज़्यादा slides को detail में नहीं बताऊँगी. You can take a screenshot and they're very easy and understandable. Okay. So firstly, belief shapes behavior. Obviously, जो हम believe करते हैं, whatsoever we are going to believe is going to show in our behavior. If we are thinking that particular religion is not good, you are going to show that kind of behavior in your teaching to that group of people. So this is not right. You have to stop that. You have to believe in right way, in a proper way, like you have to write in politically correct way. Okay. Second is multiple perspective. Now you should have multiple perspective because you have multiple kind of groups in your classroom. So perspective is going to affect your teaching. You should have different kind of vast knowledge, skills, and you should have bunch of activities who are correlated with different kinds of religions, languages, culture. So you should have multiple perspective in such a way that you can connect the whole classroom. Okay. Next is multiple instructional means. Obviously multiple perspective, and then you should have multiple instructional means so that you connect them all in the whole classroom and you can engage them all. Oh, this is very interesting, that crossing cultural borders. You have heard that you are correlating one subject with another subject to make it more better understandable. Likewise, if you want all these different culture people to engage, you have to correlate them each with each other. Crossing cultural borders, you can make certain kinds of activities, you can create groups in a random way, you can even teach in better way with different kinds of activities in such a way that they connect with each other, also connect with you, because it is very much important while teaching that you are connected with the students and all students are connected with each other also, because they can learn from each other even more. So that's what I wanted to say in this session. It can be even broad if I you know explain each and every slide, but if you want me to explain each and every slide, I will make another video for this. Okay, just thank you so much for staying tuned.